my mic's not working because I muted it. James has asked me to distract the audience, and really, I immediately thought, is there anything I do better than distracting the audience? I feel like that's my calling in life. Audience, allow me to distract you from your daily lives with Warhammer 40K, The Last Scion, Episode 21, Entropy. Some have said that this is the beginning of the finale of the first season, which will no longer be called The Last Scion after this, which would be very confusing for me, and probably you. Instead, we're going to get a gradient shaded new name. As for me, I want to say that after someone tried to ram their car into me on Thursday, I've never felt, well, it's not that I've never felt more alive, but I'm feeling more alive than I have in a while. I am fucking nailing tasks left and right. I've got a ton of gameplay done for Final Fantasy VII. Finished that, started Last of Us 2. I don't know if I'm through Seattle yet, but I got the gas and I'm on my way to the Saravina, so I feel like I'm making solid progress in addition to everything else. What can I say, really? James, you need me to distract people more?
Oh, no, that's right. I'm just working on this at the same time and just managing to somehow break Tabletop Simulator.
Fantastic. That's what we love, is breaking Tabletop Simulator. So,
you had to have your transonic arquebuses, didn't you?
Not me. Pondo is the one that made that list. Let's be very clear about that. Now, the list is in the description section of this video on YouTube. I'm going to share piece by piece our army list, because if I post them all together, it makes Twitch chat unhappy. Not like Twitch chat, but like Twitch, the chat. I was asked to look into another streamer. Someone said that I had good compatibility vibes with them and that we DM'd very similarly. And you know what? I watched 2 of their videos. Took a little bit of time, but I had some driving to do. I want to say this. They seem like they were above average GM, below average streamer, and a terrible YouTuber. Because all their videos on YouTube had like 6 to 10 minutes of intro music that was not cut out. And so you didn't have a fucking clue when the actual game started. Period, end of story. It just blows my mind.
I hate that. That
this person has like 100,000 subscribers and like like thousands and thousands of views, and they don't take like 10 seconds to just...
Well, that says a lot about them as a content creator, because the fact that they can get away with like the bottom of the barrel, low effort shit, and then still get like the traction to deliver that many views on a regular basis. It's pretty good.
I feel like I'm never going to get to that level, and it's depressing to me.
Steve Lumpkin, his Pendragon stream had all the intro
at the beginning,
bits in
yes.
there. Yeah.
At the beginning, I sent him an email about it. I don't know that made any difference, but I also asked Eric Vulgaris about it, and eventually it got changed. Remember that Stephen Lumpkin was never streaming his games. He was GMing for JP and his crew, so he probably never even thought about that kind of stuff.
Am I the only GM in the whole history of GMing that actually like physically recorded the games and then manually edited every single one? Am I the only one that ever fucking did that?
I've done some editing, but yeah, probably.
I do that.
I did that with my Dark Heresy campaign originally. It wasn't like, this has been the first thing I've been involved in with live streaming the game, Arthur's channel. So
okay.
I mean, as you know, live streaming is totally different. So, as a final part of this, my intro, my understanding is that I will be delivering to all of you, audience, that raw, unfiltered, no, I already said unfiltered, content, and that James might be recording this and like editing the battle to make it, what should we say, interesting, entertaining, and useful. I'm going to try to do some fancy camera work, so I don't know if he's going to borrow my visuals or whether he's taking his own visuals. But my primary purpose tonight is to occasionally roll dice to keep Pierre Cowles alive and to try to make this look good. Because when I watched like Wrath and Glory and stuff, I was like, I did not like this. Don't even talk to me about Dawn Forge cast. Just don't.
I have a request, James.
Fucking
Wilhelm scream every 30 seconds at a minimum, please. If we can get away with it, let's do it.
Have you got that on your soundboard, Pondo?
Which one?
It's been a while since I heard the crickets.
Oh, you haven't said anything cricket worthy yet.
Ooh,
I don't think that's true at all.
That one? No, he hasn't tried to make a joke that no one laughed at yet.
Listen, how do you know the audience didn't laugh at it?
I don't.
I mean, the audience is. Yeah.
I judge by the room. As in
I
the
think
room.
it's fairly safe to assume in a lot of cases.
I nominate Pondo to be the surrogate chat for the episode.
I don't.
I accept this responsibility.
Pondo is impossible to get a read on. Everyone knows it.
Passed.
Pondo is
moving
a
on to the next
sphinx.
subject.
Okay.
So somebody on the on YouTube for the Cyberpunk chat said that they missed the spontaneous randomness of the other players, but they liked my dry humor. I'm like, I could be spontaneous and random. Come on.
Also believe you can be spontaneous and random. You just weren't.
I think your dry humor is a good like.
I mean, you're our Kevin Bacon. You know, you can't be spontaneous. You're our Kevin Bacon, so that's how it works.
Everybody in the group is already spontaneous. You just kind of add like the predictable but yet good dry humor.
God. We need more predictability in that group because the other two are just like corpse hunting. Yeah, you into it? Let's do it. I'm into it.
You gotta get that cash money, man.
Hey, how about I inject this clearly dangerous substance into my eyeballs? How does that sound? Oh my God. Yeah.
It'd be hard for me to be not spontaneous in the cyberpunk world.
Dude, you can be totally spontaneous as long as you don't just like, I'm just gonna walk into this notorious hacker's den and kick the bee's nest over and over again.
Yeah, that's being silly. It'd be like it's hard for me to take a cyberpunk world like 2020 seriously because it's just not kind of what it is about because everything else is ridiculous.
Dude, the entire game is literally goofy central. Like they have fucking gangs of like in the
clowns.
Official Cyberpunk 2077 rulebook, or Cyberpunk Red, aka, they literally have a Wizard of Oz gang. Like the gang members dress up as characters from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And they hide out in a warehouse called the Yellow Brick Road. It's fucking stupid. And then literally there's a guy in the quest that hides behind the curtain and he's like, ooh. It's like, oh my God. What so
is it a bulletproof curtain?
No. just some dude behind a curtain.
It sounds like easy target, just get shot up. Like behind a curtain.
It's the first whoa, I'm downloading everything again.
Yeah, I had to retry and reload. Mine had sort of gone funny.
Okay.
Well, that's happening. All right. Ooh, wow, it took a huge hit on stream performance.
Sorry.
Actually,
Pondo.
Okay.
Let's do your intro.
I'm Pondo. I've just been kind of waiting for tonight. And I've been trying to do as much research as I can because I am only somewhat familiar with the Marines and the Arch-Militant and everything else I have no clue about. This is one of those situations where James said it himself best in Wrath and Glory, where if you had an army like this, I would just tell you to stop and just pick one. What are you doing? Just pick one. Oh no.
It's kind of by design here, though.
Yeah, it's interesting. I find it interesting having things meld. It's just the way they don't do that. They want you to pick one. Just because they've pretty much locked themselves in a box saying you need to have only this so you can have these abilities. And that's that. It's hard to make legit, like a proper competitive, like allied team or detachment, whatever. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm doing. Besides BattleTech and actually catching up on Cyberpunk 2020. And it has definitely gone into a strange thing where I'm just seeing I'm seeing the debt accumulate, and all of it is just being forced upon James's character or Bishop. It's kind of there.
I mean, I don't know I mean, this is literally spoilers, but like, fuck it, who cares?
I care a lot, but go ahead. Okay. I can't stop you.
I am getting sick and tired of everyone being like, I nominate the group as representative for this region. Like,
yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, the mafia was literally like, we heard you have a group. If you do this for us, we'll find your girlfriend. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, and then he comes to group, guys, I got this thing you need to do. Not doing it. No thanks. Fuck off. What's that got to do with this job? Nothing. Cool. Fuck off. Oh God.
Low empathy. For empathy.
Yeah.
Hey, just quickly, guys, I'm going to have to quickly exit out of TTS and bring it back in. I'm going to be trying to load these AdMech guys in and screwed it. So keep talking. Okay. Talk it up.
It's fine. Listen, James, I don't know if you know this, but it's traditional to have nothing but bugs the first time you try some new tech.
Yeah.
Everything will be a total disaster.
You know what the worst part about like being kicked back to the menu in this game is?
The music.
The music.
I knew you were going to say that.
I turned that music off.
I actually don't mind the music. I think apparently that makes me totally different than everybody else.
So how many times do you visit the Church of Satan in a month, Arthur?
Well,
because they might be related.
I would point out that the Church of Satan is actually an a-religious organization.
Yeah, no, they tried to sue Sabrina the Teenage Witch on Netflix because they used their iconography.
That's the other. There are multiple satanic churches. The Church of Satan is the a-religious one that tests religious laws in the United States.
I did not know that. That's cool.
They don't worship anything at all. They're literally a bunch of atheists who just are like, oh, so you're going to make a religious law for like Christians. All right, well, we're going to do that in the name of Satanism.
See how that works for you.
And you know what? They've struck down a bunch of unconstitutional laws because they aren't applied equally across all religions. On the other hand, they get a really bad rap for the Satan thing in their name. You know, speaking of someone who might be a good adherent to the Church of Satan, Dave, what you got?
Me?
Yeah.
Christian streamer, Dave?
Christian streamer? Christian streamer?
Yeah. Pure-hearted maiden, Dave.
Yeah, okay.
Come on now.
Yeah. What was your game putting in? Jesus of my heart?
Jesus of my heart. Yeah, basically you play as a character who goes around and helps them find Christianity. It's great.
Wow, we're just writing the storylines for you, Dave. How could you fail to succeed with this sort of premium content?
You assume I failed to begin with, good sir. So yeah, hey everyone. It's good to be back. I fully expect my participation in tonight's episode to be very minimal, mostly because I look at this and all I see is just a tremendous daunting task. And with far-reaching role-playing consequences. So, you know, I will endeavor to listen wholeheartedly to my companions and their suggestions of, no, don't move there, you stupid idiot. I'm like, okay, why? What's there? And they're like, landmines, several of them. Don't you see them? So yeah, I don't know. What can I tell you? Today was really interesting because they had a exhibition for Australian football, AFL, over here in Warsaw for the first time ever. So I went there and surprise, surprise, it was full of Australian expats. So not a surprise there at all. Also, we had, it was a very interesting conversation about explaining the rules. If anyone doesn't know what AFL is, the way I explained it was, okay, so the goal of the game is to kick the ball through the big poles. And if you kick it through the small poles, you get less points. Now, if you take more than 3 steps, you have to bounce the ball, just like you do in basketball. And if you kick the ball and another person catches it, the game stops. But it doesn't really stop because they don't have to stop and they can keep going whenever they want. Oh, and on top of that, it's full contact. And everyone was like, what? Okay, I think I get it. And then when they started watching the game, it all made sense. But I don't know. It's explaining AFL to someone who's not Australian is like an interesting endeavor for sure.
Try explaining cricket.
I mean, cricket makes sense. I mean, like, but more countries play cricket, you know, like Arthur, you know what cricket is, right?
I do.
Yeah, see? Like, you don't have to explain it.
Should be noted that I've traveled the world, though, so, I mean...
Do you know what AFL is?
Are you talking about... the
Australian Football League?
Yeah. I was there for... is it called Dream Bowl? It's like, the match that they play with all the indigenous players to honor that sort of culture. Dream something. All right, you both look at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about.
You might be thinking of rugby. Maybe.
I might be.
Mm-hmm. We have lots of oblong ball games in Australia.
I swear that this exists.
Lots of hand egg.
Yeah. Oh, so they can throw it to each other. No, they can't throw it to each other. They have to handball it to each other. What's a handball? It's when you're holding the ball and you hit the ball with your hand.
So like volleyball.
Yeah, it's like volleyball, basketball, and cricket mixed all together. And then I was like, okay, so this game came around because, you know, cricketers were like, well, it's winter now and we can't really play this game because it's too cold to just stand around do nothing for 3 hours. So what can we do? And they're like, well, why don't we just run around for 40 minutes constantly? And that's how AFL was born. So it was a really interesting experience, and it kind of gave me nostalgia. I'm not a really hugely nostalgic guy. Like, you know, I don't sit down and go like, man, I wish I was back in Australia right now. Like, I don't really have those sorts of vibes, but, you know, seeing AFL again was kind of like give me a little bit of a nostalgia thing. So yeah, what else? I don't know. Video games. I finally worked out what's happening with my computer. I basically had to replace all the RAM. The RAM is fucked in my PC, which is why you kind of see like the little jitters on the camera here every once in a while.
Yep.
But that should be fixed. Ordered a new set. 64 gigabytes of RAM is apparently not cheap. I remember it being cheap. But then
everything's like 50% more expensive now, or more.
Yeah.
Because everyone's buying computers.
And there's a part shortage because a lot of the in the early days of the virus, a lot of the hit Chinese cities were the ones that build all the components.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, Dave,
yeah.
I do want to say there is a higher than normal chance that I would know what cricket is because my great aunt had a 9-pin croquet set or 9-gate croquet set, which is the basically Americanized version of cricket, except there's no bats, there's mallets,
and
you play it by yourself instead of someone rolling a ball.
And there's no rolling a ball, more like throwing a ball at you as hard as they can.
Okay, throwing a ball as hard as you can so it bounces along the ground. It's rolling.
Dude, have you ever held
a cricket ball?
Is
not something to underestimate.
I'm not underestimating it. I'm just saying it's not like baseball where you're doing an overhead throw.
Played baseball, played cricket. I played baseball for a very long time. I've broken many bones playing baseball.
Let me ask you a question. Does the ball travel parallel to the ground?
In some cases, yes.
Yes. That's because it's rolling along the ground.
But here's the thing. A baseball is nice and soft, right? A cricket ball is like, what if we had the densest material in the center, followed by humongous amounts of rubber bands, and then hard as fuck leather on the outside?
I just don't want to argue about sports at all.
A cricket ball is like, yo, if that thing explodes in my house, shit is going to die.
Right, Arthur, you're now a variety streamer.
I've always been a variety streamer. It's just the variety that I've streamed is garbage.
Well, now you have sports to add to that.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, cricket balls are fucking insane. Like,
I will say, the other day, my wife and I turned on the television, and a sports game had just ended, and they were starting to interview the players. And we switched over to Netflix, and we watched an episode of Vikings, and which is like 42 minutes. And when we turned off the Vikings, went back to the television, they were just finishing off the post-game chats with all the players 42 minutes later. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to stretch that content out real far because...
Listen, you aren't kidding. Remember back in the day when, was it American Idol? Was like 2 hours long? And then the next morning they would have like a 15-minute, all of the highlights, which was basically everything that happened could be condensed into 15 minutes, and you could skip watching 2 hours of American Idol because 90% of it was just garbage.
Yet in the early 2000s, animes was like, well, the intro is 3 minutes long, and the recap is 12 minutes long.
Listen, don't talk to me about old school anime. Yeah, listen, just,
And when you watch them back to back, it's literally like watching the same episode twice.
All right, Dragon Ball Z, calm down.
No, I was actually thinking about One Piece more than anything. That show
I've never seen One Piece. I've heard that it is great, and I have no interest in finding out whether that's true or not.
It's pretty good, outside of the fact that as I said, the recaps are like 15 minutes long, and the entire episode's like 30 minutes long, and it's like, my dude. So the entire fresh content is going to be in the recap in the next episode. You skip a single episode, you just go to the next one, and it's just all there. So yeah. Anyway, what else? I don't know. I mean, shit. We have we're dog sitting at the moment. It's a York Terrier, fucking rat of a dog, just an absolute monster. We have literally just happened a few hours before I got on this call. My wife was in bed. We have brand new bed dooners, all that sort of stuff. And this dog just walks up casually, pisses on her while she's in the bed. It's like, come on, dog. Seriously? Anyway, that's my story. I'm ready to play. Where's the map, Arthur? I'm sitting here.
We have to do James's intro.
No? Okay.
Hello.
What do you mean no?
I thought you were loading the map. So
yeah, well, everyone got kicked out, so you got to reconnect anyway.
Oh,
so.
we have to go to James's thing. Don't join mine.
Oh.
I started mine so that it would kill the music for me, so that stream wouldn't have to listen to it, because stream is like you guys; they don't like to listen to.
There you go. Apparently, I can't top the dog pissing story. There you go.
My God.
I'm James. I've had a week of excitement playing. This is my first week of streaming 3 times with Arthur, so a lot of fun. Plus, also uploaded 7 BattleTech videos this week to my channel as well, which thankfully I managed to figure out how to get onto unlisted. But yeah, this has been a pretty busy week of gaming, which is good. I also ran my Numenera game on Friday night too after BattleTech. So yeah.
How do you find Numenera? Because I wasn't a big fan of Numenera. It was a little too hand wavy for me.
So I'm pretty sure that Arthur and Pondo heard this, but just for your benefit, Dave, I actually hate Numenera. I'm with a passion. And the reason I hate Numenera is because the first year my podcast was nominated for an Emmy was the same year that Numenera had come out. And so everyone would know, because Ennies are voted for by the public. So the any judges make the nominations. The public votes on the nominations, and a lot of people vote for products even they haven't actually seen the product or checked it out. And pretty much, if Numenera was on the product title in any category that year, people were voting for it no matter what. And we were beaten in the podcast category by a Numenera podcast called the Signal, which was at the point it had come out, had 6 episodes, each less than 2 minutes long. And they were just little sort of snippets of like example broadcasts you might pick up from the data sphere in the setting of Numenera. Whereas, our podcast had like 42+ hour-long episodes, and we were beaten by this Numenera podcast. So just for that very reason, I hated Numenera with a passion from the very start. But like, I ran it because the particular group I'm running it for likes very sort of esoteric games.
It is very esoteric.
And we are drawing to the conclusion of that campaign. Like, we're going to be finishing up probably in the next 6 months, and then I'll find something else to do. But yeah, I find it's an odd game having the fact that the GM never rolls. The players do all the rolling.
Yeah. If you're looking for a really cool game to step into, if they like that esoteric shit, you should try Shadowrun Anarchy.
I've got that, yes.
Yeah, it's very much like that, except there's a little bit more like grounded rule set in there, but it's very much like, oh, what are your cool tag stats that you can employ at any point? Like, are you afraid of heights? Like, if that's on your character sheet, and then you could be like, oh, I have this tag afraid of heights, so my character would probably try and jump with his eyes closed so he wouldn't get flashbanged when he lands in the room or something like that. Like, shit like that. Like, it's real cool. Like, I thought it was a brilliant game, and I thought Numenera was boring as fuck. But,
let me tell you
that's just me.
about Numenera. You see, Numenera has a developer. Her name is Shanna Germain, and she remains the only game developer to have directly insulted me besides James Tomato.
Whoa, what did she say?
I had said something about Numenera, like, man, I really don't like Numenera, but I'm going to give it another try. And she was like, well, good luck, Anthony. And I was like, my name's Arthur. And she's like, all right, good luck, Anthony. And I was like, you're dead to me. And now I'm not going to give Numenera a second try. Go fuck yourself, Shanna Germain. I'd say you just lost a customer, but I already bought Numenera. So instead, I'll have to cost you customers by shit-talking it at every opportunity.
That is such a petty way of dealing with, like, someone
it was really
who has
dumb.
a complaint.
Yep.
Wow. But given the content inside of Numenera, I can't not help but see why she would get butthurt at like the slightest. Like,
you don't think dividing a D20 by 3 is an incredibly smart? You can't just do that math off the top of your head. Jesus. It's a Monty Cook game, so of course wizards are more powerful than everybody else, and some of the rogue, half wizards are more powerful than not wizards. So not wizards, their only purpose by the end of the game is to carry the wizards' bags, or to throw the fire retardant foam, I guess.
It is very much a game system which has a problem where the power levels were not properly tested at a high.
No, they were tested.
Game.
It's just that Monty Cook likes wizards. I mean, This is the man that wrote 3.5, where the wizards are way more powerful than the bag carriers.
You mean fighters?
Yes, that's what I said. Bag carriers, right?
Tapestry delivery artists.
Yeah.
Well, look, now that I have backed the new Twilight 2000 game, I'd like to give that a try when it comes out. But I think I need a different group for that. The group that plays Numenera will not be the group for that game.
What was that game called? Twilight
2000.
Is that? It's not based off of the Twilight movies, right?
No, it was an old 80s RPG set in effectively post-World War III nuclear apocalypse.
Oh, wow. I just Googled it. The cover looks incredible.
Yeah.
It is everything I would want out of a post-World War III game.
It's like Escape from New York if it was like...
Oh, yeah. It's like Escape from New York and Metal Gear Solid had a baby.
Yeah.
Is it the yellow book you found the cover?
Yeah,
the yellow book, yeah.
It's got like a dude with a assault rifle going, and like a dude with a headband going, yeah. Oh, incredible! I don't know anything about this game, but this cover is so good.
Oh my god, the third edition's called Twilight 2013. Like,
yes, that was written in 1999.
Oh my god. Oh, I saw a Harvey Birdman clip the other day, which is just like George Jetson. Oh, so you're from San Francisco? He's like, no, I'm from the year 2002. Looks over at his calendar, it's 2004.
Hey, I said
the far-flung future of 2002.
my kids have started watching Transformers the movie over and over again, the original 1984 cartoon or 86 cartoon, where it starts off with, it is the year 2012.
Mankind has all but destroyed itself.
But listen, I saw a thing today where Futurama had an intro that said time travel to the year 2020 is strictly prohibited.
No, that's fake. That's fake.
Is
that
it?
Fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it on Reddit, so I was like, wow, what did he know?
What did he know? I know exactly what you're talking about. That is confirmed fake, but it would be an amazing coincidence if they did it. But...
I mean, Simpsons has predicted so much. Futurama could do the same.
Matt Groening is some sort of like fucking divination wizard. Yeah, something like that.
He is the monkey paw.
Oh, God. I can tell the future, but it's through terrible animation.
Through terrible animation and cheesy jokes.
All right, James, you ready to do this thing?
Let's do this thing.
All right.
Oh god,
hit me with your thing.
Okay, so previously on Rogue Trader, the Last Scion, the crew watches from the bridge as a Necron vessel draws closer through the void. We see the two ships make several passes against one another, macro cannon, lance, and arc fire raking the space between them. We see horrific Necron destroyers teleport aboard the Hand of Calixis, but are quickly repelled by the crew. With one final blast, the Necron ship collapses in on itself as its quantum drive explodes. And finally, in a blinding flash of light, the crew are teleported to the battlefield, looking out to see the amassing Necron forces. Thought for the day, the alien dream is to dance upon the grave of mankind. So let's jump down to the tabletop level here.
It's a really dark.
Do you think there's ever a future where like an invading army would be okay with like some sort of basketball game to decide the fate of the universe?
You mean you literally are Space Jam situation?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think we could have the metal green team and the metal mean team like versus?
Did Space Jam 2 ever come out, or is that still in production?
I think it's still in production.
All right, well.
So I'm pretty sure in Space Jam was the Martians, wasn't it, or the aliens that were attacking?
Yeah,
yeah. No.
Yeah, so well, it was Marvin the Martian, wasn't it? Was the leader of the
No, it was some. It was a space entertainment park. Like Six Flags.
And everyone wanted to have Bugs Bunny or some shit, right? It was something like that.
They were wanting the Looney Tunes to help liven up the park because everybody hated it. And it was actually it was like a safety hazard. So he sent his Goonies over to, I recently rewatched Space Jam, actually.
I need to do this now because it sounds more interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch Space Jam again now, too.
So his park is failing, so he sends out his goons over to Earth, and they try to kidnap Bugs and them, but they actually end up making a deal with them, saying, all right, if we...
Don't leave me in suspense.
You completely bugged out, Pondo.
We
were all waiting to hear what they were going to do.
They all went to Earth to go kidnap Bugs Bunny, but they actually stopped them in time and made a deal with them to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Where
and in turn saving Michael Jordan's career from being a golfer and a baseballer, right?
No, it was they jump into where he was being a failing baseball pro, and
sucked him through a golf hole with what's his face? Fuck, what's his name now?
No, he didn't get sucked in right away. He was trying to dig a hole into it to get him. He later on got picked up though.
What was his name? What's his name? Oh,
I don't remember. I like the guy.
The actor.
You're talking about Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Bill Murray, thank you.
Bill Murray shows up as himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Michael Jordan
shows
up as himself.
He doesn't get sucked in. He shows up later on and says, like, you need someone to fill in? I'll do it. And he gets wrecked immediately. It's Bill Murray. Speaking of Bill Murray, I think most of the movies he plays in, this pops in my head. Most of the movies he plays in, he just plays himself.
I don't know. Garfield movie was pretty good.
Was it though?
No, that's the joke.
Okay. Just wanted to confirm.
But
hey, so Rogue Trader.
Yeah. Listen, we had first intros, but did you know about second intros?
Introductions will be later.
Yeah. So should we just take a quick look for the audience sake at the amassed forces here? Should we start on your side of the table? I see you've rearranged all your stuff, completely ignoring the carefully arrayed.
Wow, somebody just tossed a tank right off the table.
That was me.
I think yeet is the term, isn't it?
I think I actually
only among the youth.
Do you see any youth here, James?
Listen,
point him out. I wish to throw him out of this room.
Someone in chat earlier told me I was the oldest D&D YouTuber, which hurt deeply.
Fuck off. That is
there's no way it's true, but it was hurtful.
No.
You're a spring chicken.
Thank you.
We lost Pondo.
It was starting to lag for me for some reason. I just popped back in.
Yeah. All right. So what do you see on your side? Pondo built the army list. So basically, this has been put together from power level basis using the various groups that have aligned with you. So the Imperial Guard faction, which includes 3 basilisks and 2 tanks, is effectively the forces that have joined Pierre Cowles due to his own profit factor, just things that he's brought in to help in this battle. The Silver Skulls, who, because there are no Silver Skulls models in TTS, are being represented by the Ultramarines, which is their founding chapter, or is it? Let's see, we've got some Centurion.
Well, at the moment it is, because they're not Chaos Space Marines.
That's it. We've got I don't know our characters, they were somewhere as well. We've got the captain, we've got the Librarian and Terminator armor, we've got some scouts, Venerable Dreadnought, a Storm Talon gunship, some Devastators, and a drop pod.
Let's do that drop pod thing.
Okay, ready for it? You gonna do it? Okay, look at that. That's very exciting. Did he clobber? It didn't even clobber a Devastator in the back there. Nicely done.
Can you put things in it?
No.
No, but some of the stuff does work. The Sororitas Rhino is set up as a bag for 10, so you can put 10 models of the Sororitas Rhino. Same with the Necron Ghost Arc.
That's cool.
Speaking of the Sororitas, we've got 2 squads of Battle Sisters, a squad of Dominions, plus the Canoness and a Rhino. For the AdMech, we've got a pair of Engineers, so we've got DOS 19 and low 1/1/2, along with an Onaga June Crawler and 15 Scutari. Thanks to it crashing my tabletop before, Arthur, you get the Arquebus are just named, so which is unfortunate given that the Arquebus model actually has a bigger base. But it
does, because you're not allowed to shoot if it's moved.
Yeah. So let's come over to the Necron side and remind ourselves. So once again, we've removed all the forces that were from the second ship that was destroyed, all the Destroyer Lords. So we've got Necron Lord Pharaon Armand Tech. We've got the Cryptek, Ozcan the Codifier. We've got a group of Necron Immortals. We've got some Necron Warriors. We've got a whole bunch of Tomb Scarabs and some Canoptek Wraiths. We've got a Doomsday Ark, a Canoptek Spider, and a Monolith. Some Lich Guard and a Triarch Stalker. And then finally in the very back, we've got a Doom-sized Flyer and a Ghost Ark Transport.
I tell you what, though, the Necrons, their whips are real good, man.
Yeah, the Doomsday Ark specifically is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
All it has to do is just sit still in one spot and just unload. Load.
Yeah.
So, Pondo, if I'm right about this, the Onager that I have should be able to take that Doom Scythe on with some like long range anti-aircraft?
Actually, it's good against any flying unit, which most of his units are flying.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, his Monolith, his Doomsday Arc,
Ghost Arc.
Ghost Arc and Doom
So
Scythe.
is the Ghost Arc the one that you're worried about?
The Doomsday Arc is the one I'm worried about.
The Ghost Arc is just a transport version. It's like one's like a Rhino, one's like a Predator, basically.
Okay.
So what the Doomsday Arc can do if it sits still is it can have D6 shots that can be at strength 10,
D6 damage.
AP, strength 10, AP -5, D6 damage each. So
wow, that's bad.
It's a brutal weapon if you let it sit still.
D6 shots of D6 damage is very swingy. You could literally have one shot doing 1 damage, or you could do 36 in 1 hit. So.
Well, the thing is, at least that thing can shoot across the map because it has like 50 inch range. 72 inch range.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, what happens if we die? Because you're making it sound like we might.
Listen, we're tiny little people on a battlefield of giant super weapons. We actually could die very easily. Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Let's talk about victory conditions and how to protect your characters. At the end of the day, you need to survive for 5 rounds. If the Necrons haven't wiped you in 5 rounds, then effectively they're going to have to withdraw. So it really is, once again, you guys have a slight point power level advantage. The question is not really, is victory attainable here? It's at what cost? That being said, maybe I might wipe you, in which case, no need to worry about my gradient logo for next season. With that being said, player characters obviously have fate points. They can survive dying on the battlefield here. It'll burn a fate point. Also, don't forget that characters can't be targeted when there are other things that can protect them, basically. So if you're within 3 inches of a unit which is closer to the enemy than you are, they can't shoot at you.
Well, it's in 9th edition. If you're 3 inches of a vehicle, they can't target you if it's closer. If you're within 3 inches of a squad of at least 3 models of infantry, they can't target you.
Yeah, unless you're closer than the unit protecting you.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get killed as a character, but I'm sure you'll give it your red hot tries.
Listen, if you want to stay safe, Don, I've got a giant wall that you can stand behind with me. I've been waiting all season to use it. Jace gave me the personal Aegis defense line that I've been thirsting for all my life.
It's a wall, right?
Yes, it gives you cover.
Yes.
It'll give him his armor save.
Yeah, it gives you a slight bonus. Look, it doesn't make you invincible or anything. The other thing to recognize is that Nero's Guardian ability means that he can take hits for other people. So if you're standing near him, he can reduce incoming damage by taking it himself.
Yeah.
It's also worth noting that if you guys manage to kill the 2 Necron characters, that will have long-term effects on the campaign versus if they manage to escape after round 5.
They'll hate us forever.
All right, so we need to assassinate Trash Can, right? That's its name? 100% Trash Can.
That's bad because I picked the 2... essentially the sniper mechanic is in order to shoot those guys.
Well, why is that bad? We want to kill them, right?
This is true.
I think Pondo's assuming those long-term effects are negative.
That's my automatic assumption whenever this will have long-term effects. That's not great.
The Silent King shows up personally to kick our asses 150 years early.
The Necron forces will remember this.
We already got that from the Bloody Prince.
There's going to be a later arc where you have to actually befriend the Necrons in order to fight the Tyranids, and it's just they're going to say, "No, fuck you. You had your chance.
You killed my brother."
You just downloaded to a new body, bro. Calm down.
Nah, what will happen is James will reveal when that happens, like, if you hadn't killed this one, he would have had a daughter that you could have finally married, Pondo.
Yeah, that Necron marriage. Highly approved by the sororitas.
Complete lack of procreation. No worries.
Yes.
It's a military marriage. Now everyone's at peace. Humans and Necrons live.
Listen to this guy who's playing Crusader Kings 3.
Never. No, I'm not. I never touched it. Never touched Crusader Kings.
So we're going to take turns setting up a unit at a time, and your deployment zone is 12 inches from the rear of the board. So I'm going to go.
Okay, so this side. Okay, so we're going with
Yeah,
wise. All right.
that's right. Yes. So I'm going to put down the first unit, and just to get Pondo on edge straight away, let's put the Doomsday Arc up on this little.
I'm on edge straight away.
Sorry.
I'm on edge straight away. You got me.
Warhammer
Okay,
40K and Space Jam, the only thing that can make Pondo show emotion.
Yeah, I gotta agree with chat, man. You lit up like a fucking Christmas tree when we started talking about Space Jam.
It's time for Space Jam OVA one shot for Pondo.
Everyone draws to see who becomes fucking Michael Jordan.
All right, so you guys can set up a unit. Now, keep in mind, are there any things that you are holding back? I think, Pondo, you've got the drop pod and the Devastator squad. Anything else you want to hold back? And don't forget, in 9th edition, you can hold back a unit which can normally not deep strike for 1 CP.
Yeah, definitely holding back the drop pod with the Devastators inside. Going to hold back the Terminator Librarian and the Teleportarian.
He can teleport already, that's fine. There's no need to spend CP for that.
Yeah,
Dawn can start off the board if she wants to, because she's got a jump pack. She can drop down with her jump pack in a subsequent turn.
Yeah, and so the captain should have a jump pack. If he doesn't, then that's a mistake on my part.
Yeah, I think there was no model that I could use for that, but
I think it was like a chapter master model was the reason why.
Yeah,
I can surprise motherfuckers, people. And I like it. I'm into it.
I think.
So, let me throw this out here. Maybe Pondo, we do Nero dead center of the board behind the wall, and build the rest of the army around that, because I want to.
Sure.
Whatever I do with this onager, it's got a 48-inch reach, so I'm probably going to want to put it somewhere near Nero to protect him, and then have it just basically smack all the flying shit out of the air.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So to do that, I'm going to have to park both the engine sears next to it so that they can repair it.
You can only park one.
Okay, well, I'll put the other one behind the tank commander then.
I mean, you could put both there, but only one can repair it at any given turn.
Okay.
So you may as well put the other one over with the other tanks.
So that's what was my plan, was that the engine sears are pretty much there to repair the tanks and stuff. Okay. Because the other one
don't have lines on the map to do stuff like that.
So for the benefit of the audience, because I think Amberlin said nice battlefield on chat. I didn't make this one. I got it from Steam, but for the purpose of this, the big wall along one side is effectively the side of the derelict ship.
I've been waiting for this battle.
Can we place any units up on that wall? I'm guessing I think it exceeds.
I mean, I guess you could.
It probably doesn't actually make sense, because it'd be like a whole ship, not like a wall.
All right. I'm good.
You're good? Okay. So I'm going to put my Doom Scythe out next. The Doom Scythe is going to go and park itself in this back corner here by the wall.
Doom Boomerang.
That's it. It doesn't actually spin on its own axis as it flies. It flies straight.
Again, I think that putting the onager and its attendant dude out could be our next two moves, because it's it buys you time to let them. Sorry, what?
They're both separate units, so it'd be two
right.
turns.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the next two moves will be that, and that'll give you time to see what James is doing and come up with a strategy. Because putting that onager dead center, it's just a giveaway. There's no reason not to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna put a tank in cover or anything.
No, they don't get cover anymore, actually.
All right, I'm putting Monolith is in the back corner there.
Yeah, there he is. There's the guy. Are you putting any dudes inside it?
No.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
You have to declare that, because it's not a transport.
Yeah,
it can bring things in, but you have to. They're not riding inside it. They are in the tomb world. It can be teleported in, but I'm not in the tomb world.
And it's a bad thing if that thing dies and they're still in it. They're just considered dead.
Yeah, unless you spend 1 CP on emergency invasion beam.
So I'm gonna want to put the engine seer in front of the model, in the Aegis line.
The model.
What?
Kind of to its side.
Okay, if you feel like that.
Yeah. Once again, the engine seer will be protected by it for the purposes of being shot at directly.
Yeah.
If the Engineer stands in front, then the Engineer can be shot.
Like how you're standing in front?
Yeah, but I'm fine. Plus, I'm going to put Scutaria around me.
Okay.
Right? Like, the Scutaria will prevent someone from sniping me directly.
Yes.
While they themselves are, in fact, snipers. Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I don't give a shit about these Scutaria. That's why I'm playing them. They're going to eat so many bullets. Please go, James.
Okay, no worries. The Ghost Ark with 1 unit of Necron Warriors inside it is going here dead center.
You're just putting all of your biggest shit right there on the board.
I need to make room for it. I don't want to put all my warriors down. I have no room for the...
Yeah, that makes sense.
It sounds like you have the opposite mindset of me, where it's like,
because that's the funny thing with the monolith, because it can deep strike, but when it deep strikes, it's got to be 12 inches away from enemy forces. So if you don't put them on the board in first turn, you can quickly find there's nowhere to put them.
Yeah.
All right, I'm putting these guys down in a line near Nero to protect him, and that's going to be my move.
Okay.
I'm not going to pull any fancy stuff from there.
Oops. Okay, I'm going to grab the unit of Wraiths next, if I can grab them.
Those guys are going to be a pain to kill. But they really don't usually do much.
Very far forward. They don't do much. Okay.
I feel like I'm ready to let you do some stuff, Pondo, now that you got a kind of an idea of how he's coming at us.
Yeah, I'm going to put...
Basilisks.
Basilisk. Sure, he doesn't need to be on that side. Basilisk A there. So I put 1 basilisk there.
Okay. I'm going to put out a unit of scarabs. Put out the bigger unit. Right there. Okay, over to you.
I'm going to put basilisk number 2. I'm lagging a little bit. Put basilisk number 2 down.
Okay. I will get my second unit of scarabs.
So it's a unit of 6 and then unit of 3?
Unit of 3, that's right, yep.
That's
I'll be over. There we go. Over to you.
Then just do 3rd. Come on. Okay. It's like lagging, so it's not just doing it.
I'm going to get the same problem, but that's all right. What we might do is in the break, I'll save it and we'll reload it.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to get my second group of Necron Warriors that aren't in the vehicle. And they are going to be just here behind the scarabs.
Those are the warriors.
Yep.
All right.
Warriors, come out and play.
I'm going to put the... Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You need help?
No. All right. Come on.
Lehman Russ is facing the wrong direction.
Hey, it looks like it's facing the right direction now. But...
There's no facings in 9th edition, so it can happily put all the guns off the back of the board and they can still shoot. Looks silly, though. So please don't do that.
You know what? Let's perch him right. Well, no, I need him to be able to move because he's got to move eventually. Oh, okay. Can I actually move him a little bit forward?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I doubt he's charging into combat anytime soon, so...
Well, you don't know my plan. He's charging into combat with bullets.
All right. I am going to put my warlord, Pharaon, here behind the screen of warriors. And
Ozcan isn't personally directing this battle?
No, Ozcan's actually a bitch.
Oscan is a bitch.
Oh, is he a named character?
He is, yeah. They're both named characters.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, that's
so
good.
talk to me about trans auric sniper meduzzles.
Transonic
They have-
arquebuses?
Yes.
Yeah, they have 72-inch range, so it's pretty much.
So I can
They
hit
can-
this guy, but can I target him with the warriors in front of him?
Yes, because
Yes, you can.
they ignore the roll.
Okay,
Fantastic.
so roll. That's right.
Excellent. Good. All right. So for our placement, I'm going to place low 1/1/2 right in this little alcove here.
Place them more over this direction.
Okay. He's got to be within 3 inches of the tank, right? That's like...
So
The
FYI, I have no sniper units, so don't worry about snipers on my side. I didn't take any death marks.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
He
did.
uses 3 CP. So all of his units just become sniper rifles like Megatron.
That'd be terrifying.
All right. So for me, I will take the Lich Guard. And they will be directly in front of the castle down here. Done.
Okay. I'm going to take the Storm Talon, if it'll move, and place it facing that direction.
There we go. All right, so that leaves me with my, I'm going to take my Canoptic Spider. And it will sit in the middle here of these units. Done.
Let's just support that. Our board is filling up. All right. I feel like I'm going to have to put stuff in reserve, maybe to save room. I want to put the Squad of Centurions up on this mantle here.
Okay, so they're not going anywhere. All battle then.
They'll move a little bit closer, but that's about it.
Okay.
That's their.
They're literally the rock the rest of the unit depends on.
Yeah.
Okay, Triarch Stalker sits just there.
Okay, come on, Liam Russ. Work with me, buddy. Okay. I think old boy will be here.
You don't want to put him on the other side so he'll have access to the 2 engine sears and also be on the side where all the...
He has 30-inch range. Because
I mean, almost all of his forces are over here, is what I'm saying. Right? Like, we should be putting all of our infantry killing force over there.
Yeah, I was going to have him as maybe backup.
Just understand, Pondo, don't take anything I say seriously, because I don't know the army you set up. I'm just going, all right, in my limited experience, I really feel like we should put the infantry killing stuff in front of the infantry. But if you have a plan, don't explain it to me, just do it, because I'm not going to understand it. We're probably going to want some infantry to put in front of those tanks very shortly to at least bubble wrap them.
Yeah, I'm going to put... I'm going to move tank. Is it pretty much just us now?
I know. I've still
He's
got,
got
I've still
one
got
more
two.
unit.
I've actually got 2 units of immortals there. There's 2 units of 5, and
Okay. Oh,
also Oscan has to go down as well.
All right.
Okay, go
we've
ahead.
got a little time.
So is it my turn still, or are you still going?
Yep, yeah, no, it's your turn.
Okay, no worries. Oscan will plonk down here behind the screen of scarabs.
Oh, I should open Ozcan's list so I can see how long it'll take me to murder him. How murderable is Ozcan? Is he's not the Overlord Indominus?
No, he's the Cryptech.
Okay, Cryptech.
So 4 wounds, 4 toughness. And he has the Nightmare Shroud, which means he has a 3+ save, but no invulnerable.
Fuck, that's... Wow, that doesn't sound good. mean, it sounds okay, but...
Well, the good thing is he doesn't have an invulnerable save. Your sniper apples have a -1 AP, so you'll be making 4-ups. Unless there's a stratagem that makes it to where he doesn't have to do 4-ups. I think I'm already down 2 CP because of some of the stuff I take. Because I took Take Ace on the Lehman Rust Punisher. Give him -1 AP. And I think someone has an extra relic, which I think the Captain Blizz has a relic that I'm able to steal a CP when
Kuros Aquila?
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's like another relic somewhere. I don't remember where. I don't know if it'll be.
All right. Are you still deploying, or is it back to me again?
I deployed the Captain.
All right.
Right here.
So, squad of immortals. Over this side. I might need to fix them up. They might be falling. Yeah, I'll fix these guys up while you do your next thing.
Okay.
Wow, killing that cryptic early seems like it'd be a really good idea because he's got some bullshit.
Yeah.
He's actually really good at boosting everyone around him.
Yes.
Fuck that guy.
Is not good. So who do I have left? I have scouts that I could place just up in center, so they could just die immediately. Let's move these guys. And I'll have to adjust where they need to be.
All right, so I'll put my last unit out now.
I can do that.
All right, done. So it's all you.
Well, so then we just place whatever now.
Yeah.
I'd like to get my Skitari on the board. So if I'm looking at this correctly, and I put them here in between the Tech Priest and Captain Blease, they should be within 30 inches of this Canoptic Scarab Swarm. When I shoot, can I shoot at 2 different targets at the same time?
You can, yeah. So each guy has to shoot at one target, but so you can't, like if he's got 2 shots, you can't shoot 2 different things. But each man can pick a different target.
So I want my squads to be able to hit the Scarab Swarms, but also be able to shoot Ozcan behind the Scarab Swarms.
Yeah, that's right. So so the arquebuses could shoot directly at him,
Correct.
While the guys in front shoot at the.
And Nero's in the same position. He has to take out the Scarab Swarms before he can shoot Ozcan. All right, so I'm just gonna group them. I'm gonna smash them right up in here.
Pierre does have a long las.
I do.
Yeah.
Is it strength 3 still? I don't remember.
I think it is, yes. Yeah, it might be strength.
Oh, yeah. Going to do so much work with that.
You're not doing the triple pistol thing?
I have to get really close for that, and I don't think it's a good... Oh, no, it's strength 4. Okay.
Listen, you could just... I'll escort you down the battlefield, and we'll triple pistol all day. Excellent work, good. Lord Captain. You really pistoled them. So good.
My glory is telling everybody what to do. Do you have the snipers next to you?
The snipers are over here.
Excellent.
Why? Do I want them next to me?
Well, if they're within 9 inches, because I decided to make Pierre Warlord, and I asked if it was okay to just extend the range to 3 inches, they'll have reroll 1s.
Okay, good. Because that's what I want them to be able to do.
Don't forget about Pierre's got 4 toughness for 4 wounds. I didn't update that on the sheet, but you know that.
Yeah. I was wondering about that. So he's not as killable. Though if he's being shot at, then something's gone wrong.
I don't know. Whenever I look at Pierre Cowles, I think, wow, that's someone who's super killable.
He wasn't as killable as a toughness 3, though. I think I raise my lift.
You realize the Onager is facing backwards, just for the record.
I heard that in 9th edition. That doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. Like, if you wanted the added realism, you know, you might want to have him this side towards enemy. But
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get him back down there with that cannon. Ooh, no.
Oh, I need to be 9 inches away.
Arthur, you should change your lift height, my dude.
These guys are going to be sacrificial lambs. For the most part.
There we go. How's that? Now his cannon is pointing directly at the enemy infantry. Which is not where he needs to be, since he's only going to be shooting at aircraft. Who are these motherfuckers over here? Did we just deep strike a scout unit?
Yeah, scouts get deployed at the end of deployment anywhere on the board that's not within 9 inches of an enemy unit.
So can the Dominion squad, but I don't know. Well,
The Dominions get deployed normally. They get a free move, don't they?
I will double check.
Right.
What's the benefit of putting your scouts so close to the enemy, though?
Well, I can potentially charge the Doomsday Arc, which will effectively nullify.
Yeah, Vanguard. At the start of the first battle round, before the battle begins, this unit may move into your movement phase. It must end the move more than 9 to 8 enemy models.
Oh, okay. So
you still deploy normally, but it can get to free move.
I mean, okay. So it's essentially
unfortunately they took away the ability for it to apply to any vehicles riding in two, because it used to be a great way to get immolators up the board quickly, but they took that out.
Now,
I wonder why.
Before we do too much else, James, can you explain to me what reanimation protocol is?
Yep, sure. So with every Necron infantry unit, so they're not canoptic units, though. So the warriors, the immortals, basically anytime any of the models are lost, I roll a d6 for every dead model at the start of my movement phase. For every 5+, the model reappears. That will stop happening the moment the unit is completely wiped out. The Necron Overlord has something called a Resurrection Orb, which allows him to let a unit make a second set of rolls. The Ghost Arc also allows a unit nearby to make a second set of rolls as well.
And Ozcan's gives them a +1 or something, right? Add 1 to all yeah, he's got Technomancer.
Yep.
To any cryptics.
Dave, do you want to hold out till the second turn to bring Don in?
I have no idea. Sure, that sounds good.
So just from a tactical point of view, so Dave, when you start off the game off the board, if you want to arrive in the first turn, you still can only arrive in your deployment zone. From second onwards, you can arrive anywhere on the board that's not within 9 inches of enemies.
Of course,
sometimes,
I like the scouts then. Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes even when you start off in, even if you plan to be in your own deployment zone, it can help to start off in the air for your first turn, because that way, if the enemy goes first, you're not a target on the board they could possibly shoot at. Even if you plan to come down first turn in your own deployment zone.
So then I'll spend a CP to keep Canonist Goneril
in reserve.
In reserve.
Yep. So you spent a total of 3 CP total now. Is that right?
Technically, yes. And the 2 squads of sisters will be in the Rhino to save space.
Okay.
Because we're out of space.
Are you gonna deploy that between the battle tanks? Again, I think we need a bubble wrap over here, but that's just me.
I don't know if I can fit them in between tanks. We got the engines here.
What if you fit it in sideways?
I think it's.
I mean, you can move that engine back if you wanted to a little bit.
Okay. Very kind of you to allow for that. You go ahead and place wherever you want.
I'll put it in between.
This engine series in premium engine steering territory.
So those sisters will be in there.
He's starting to sound more and more like a Battlefield 4 engineer, a Battlefield 3 engineer, just running around with like a blowtorch, like repairing everything.
Yeah, Bad Company 2 was my shit. Or Battlefield Vietnam.
Everything. Vietnam.
Battlefield Vietnam was literally just listening to Fortunate Son while gunning down Vietnamese in a helicopter.
And no one could fly the helicopter in that game. That was the game, man. you were either the helicopter man or you stayed the fuck away from helicopters.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know that they deleted the Battlefield Twitter account?
Nope. Was there a reason why?
Don't know. No one knows. It's just it just disappeared.
Dead?
Yeah, apparently, maybe.
I doubt it.
All right, so the two sister squads are in the Rhino. Dawn is in the air. The Devastators are in the drop pod. The Librarian is in Teleportarium. Then Canoness is in reserve.
Okay, so you may now move the. Well, okay. Before we do that, because we should work out who's going first, because that might affect what you do with the dominions. So yes. Pondo, you can be roll one dice. I'll roll one dice.
I don't like this.
I have a 4.
I don't like this. That's a 3.
Okay, I will choose to take the first turn.
That's not good.
Does this dice roller like auto calculate?
Yes,
it does. Yeah.
Ah.
It would be really difficult to shoot the Punisher Gatling without it.
Yeah, the total value of the dice is less important than the number of dice which got above a certain number in 40K.
Right. Oh yeah. So like every other good role playing game.
Before I begin moving, you may move the Dominion squad as your movement phase first. They are allowed to advance as part of that move if they choose to.
What is the range of the Necron army, actually?
Most of it's 24 inches.
So not a lot of them will be in range by the time they move forward. Or no, they can advance and shoot, don't they? Can't they?
Yes. In fact, I've got they are the one which allows them to all their weapons to count as assault when they advance, so they can fight everything, including heavy weapons, when they advance.
Yikes!
I think I'm not going to move them. Well, I can actually move them back a little bit, can't I? There. The tactical retreat. Okay.
Okay.
So those scouts are going to die. Oh. I don't want that back.
Are you doing with the scouts?
I accidentally clicked one and dragged it.
Oh, okay, no, it's cool. Okay, I thought you were trying to move them.
All right.
All right.
Bring the pain.
Let's go to the movement phase then from my side. So I will start off with my Doom Scythe, which is going to fly.
Boomerang its way up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does it return to where it came from next turn? Is that how it works? Or?
Kiss my ass, Dave. Oh, there it goes.
So James, if you don't know yet, maybe you should change your lift height. It might help quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already quite low, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Turn it down a little bit. Okay, the Necron regular stuff has, I believe, a move of 5 or 6, 5. Okay,
I'm pretty sure most Necrons move a 5.
Yeah, they're not fast.
Wait, so you move each token as a group, or I thought you were...
You move units together. Well, they have to remain within a certain number of inches of another model in that unit.
Yeah, it's called coherency. They've all got to be within 2 inches of another model in the unit.
But you can move them around to make formations and stuff, whatever you want.
Each model can only move the distance of the model, but yeah, you can make weird formations and shit.
Are we calling anything counting as cover?
So effectively, I mean, yes, the Aegis line is definitely got both light and heavy cover.
Nero's the only one that's in that line.
Yeah, I would say that the trees would count as dense cover if you're firing through trees.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's -1 to hit, but no modifier to the actual to the save.
All right, so I'm going to lose the scouts. That's fine.
Okay, the Canoptic Wraiths are going to advance. So they will advance an additional...
Straight to hell.
Boom, got him.
17.
Yeah, it's all as we agree. They just have to be destroyed now because of my sick burn. Incredible.
They now have difficult terrain, so they can only move 5 feet without snowshoes.
They ignore difficult terrain, actually.
Wow, they are Yeah, they're ignoring everything. They're just
effectively as they move, they phase. So they just move through.
They're zooming.
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone missed my low tier fucking Pathfinder joke, but that's okay.
Oh boy,
okay.
Directed entirely at APGamingREAL.
That's true. Remember that it's been years since I've played Pathfinder at this point.
It's still fresh in my mind.
Oh, well.
Can they charge in advance as well?
Only with a stratagem.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. Now that you said that.
Okay, the Ghost Arc is advancing.
Remember when I repeatedly said we needed bubble wrap on those tanks?
Well,
what are you shaking your head for? This is literally the Doom scenario I was worried about.
Well, tanks can now shoot in combat now, so it's not terrible.
Not if they've got the blast rule. So if I can wrap that, if I can get into combat with that demolisher, it shuts down the demolisher cannon.
That's very true.
Also, AP, you're forgetting about Pondo's grand strategy that's already failed, which was to go first. So
that's always the grand strategy, is to go first.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite as bad as it was in the previous edition about going first equals win. It's just mostly that way now. Okay, the Triarch Stalker will not advance. Just going to move his regular move.
Oh, but don't worry, guys. We get to draw an extra card on the beginning turn. Because
Pot of greed.
Well, I was making a Magic the Gathering joke, but sure, fuck it. Pot of greed. Why not?
What is it? Sorry.
You know.
I draw Black Lotus.
If you don't go first, you get to draw. If you go first, you don't get to draw a card on the first turn. So
yeah,
I was just in.
That's every card.
Magic, yeah.
As far as I know, yeah.
Did you know that in the original Yu-Gi-Oh animation manga, before it became like an animation, he like straight up ganked some dudes?
Yeah, he killed a lot of people.
Yeah. How weird is that shit?
Yeah, Pegasus actually dies as well after he gets his eye taken. Well, as he's getting his eye taken. Yeah.
It's insane. Funimation made him a teenager rather than a stone cold
kids.
Well, no, it's whoever did it wasn't 4 kids. It's whoever did it in Japan originally. Then 4 kids just bastardized the transfer over here.
The Shadow Realm.
The Shadow Realm was a key idea. All right.
Listen, I have a Discord channel called The Shadow Realm. You know that I'm a big fan of the idea.
It's a brilliant idea. It's where all the card games go to die.
See, is
this what table talks like normally for these sorts of games?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It's going to be one person spending an hour doing all their turns, and then the other side does their turn.
The Overlord is giving my will be done to the Lich Guard, which allows them to add 1 to their advance roll. So they have a total of, wow,
that was a 6 on the advance roll. So
yeah, so they can be 12 now.
Oh wait, you get to modify how far you move with the dice.
Only if you use advancing. So basically, like running very quickly, but not super quickly.
Oh, so like a using your attack to move.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
If you have specific weapons, you can move and advance at the same time. But that's really, if I remember, that's mostly an Eldar thing and like fast assaults.
Yeah, so this particular army there, this second army, their benefit is that all the weapons count as that rule for the purposes of.
Well, shit.
Yeah, if they advance, but it's instead of like rapid fire 1, where if they're in half range, it just becomes assault 1. Okay. The other thing is they still get the penalty with heavy weapons, but I don't think a lot of his stuff has heavy weapons. This scout squad right here is still dead, unless James rolls very poorly, which I'm hoping for.
So what was can I just ask, I'm very confused. What was the purpose of putting the scouts so far ahead? They're just going to die. So.
If I was get first turn, I could potentially charge the Doomsday Arc and then get it tied up.
The grand strategy.
Yeah. And not have to worry about its Doomsday Arc, but now I got to worry about its Doomsday Arc. which I think he's going to try.
James's grand strategy was also to go first.
That's like the prime strategy, all right? This is like
okay. Go ahead.
Unless you have a charging army that you want to get down there, you kind of want to go first.
Okay, so I am also spending 1 CP on adaptive subroutines for the Canoptek race, meaning that they can also shoot and charge in the turn that they advanced.
Of course.
Does James know that we're actually sabotaging our own dam to flood his Necron army out of this arena. So,
I mean, there actually should be water in this map, but it was. I'm happy to have it. I'd rather have it as an empty ditch anyway. All right, there's no psychic phase on my side, so I'm going to go straight to the shooting phase. We may as well start off with those scouts, get them sorted out quickly. So the mortals over there, we firing at the scouts first off.
They didn't advance, right?
They didn't advance, no.
Okay, so they'll be shooting a lot of shots. Okay.
Yep. So they have rapid fire. They're in all in rapid fire range, I believe. Just double check.
Yeah, you're within 12.
Yep. Cool. So it's 10 shots. How many dice we have? We've got 6 dice. So let's grab 4 more.
Arthur complimenting his own camera work. It's a good episode. It's a good episode.
Okay, so I'm so looking forward to the break when I can restart this and get rid of all this lag. It's getting really bad here.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Okay, that's not great. So 5 hit.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. No, that's not great.
Okay, so they'll be wounding on 3s, I believe. Yep, because their Gauss blasters have a.
Yeah.
Strength. Yep.
Are they the only ones? I want to spin a CP to transhuman. Oh no, I think it's 2 CP.
That's Primaris only as well.
Is it? I thought it was any Space Marine.
No, it's transhuman physiologies for Primaris.
Right.
So 3 saves at -2 should be 3 6-up saves.
Oh, that's not good.
That makes total sense to me. Whatever you just said.
I don't know. We rolled 4 dice.
There.
That's fine.
Oh, there's a 6 there.
Wait, you have. Oh, I see.
No,
3 are killed.
I could have sworn that was for any Marine. Okay, well, the good thing here is that the 3 are. Pull these guys back. I gotta recheck that.
Do you want to check it? I mean,
it
wouldn't have made a difference because all my win rolls are 5s.
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, never mind. It wouldn't make a difference anyway. Yeah. But I'm checking it for my own purpose, actually.
No worries. Okay. Okay. The Triarch Stalker will now put a focused heat ray. What's it in range of? 24.
It is any adaptive storage unit that's not a vehicle or a servitor.
Okay.
But it didn't matter in the end, so it's fine.
Yep. Okay, heat ray on focus mode into the Venerable Dreadnought.
Is that laser stun?
I'll shoot. What's the name of the cat? What's the name of the stratagem? I essentially use the stratagem that.
You're just gonna blow through all our CP in the first round.
I can actually. I need to roll 5 up to see if I get its command point from you. Actually, because you.
Maybe I should be watching Arthur's stream. I mean, there's no reason not to anymore.
Well, I got a stratagem.
Then I can just relax. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tier idea.
Me too, bro. Listen, at the break, I'm gonna go get my phone, play Fake Grand Order, pretend like I'm paying attention. This is really a battle of 2 minds.
I'll let it be. Go ahead, because he has.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. So hitting on 3s. That is no hits. 1 and a 2. Don't know why you were worried. Come on. Okay, the Doom Scythe is going to fire at that Onaga Junecrawler. It is firing. It's both its Death Ray and its Tesla Destructor.
That sounds bad.
Yeah. Okay. So starting with the Death Ray has D3 attacks. So it gets just a 1 attack.
Okay.
You go 3. Doesn't hit.
Okay.
Okay. The Tesla Destructor is 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. So they
Damn, you're rolling good.
All right.
Onager Dunecrawler's toughness 7 or 6 from memory.
I think it's possibly 7. I'll double check. It is toughness 7. So hitting
7.
on
Okay,
winning on 4s.
So winning on 4s. Yeah. Stupid lag.
Man, God, it is real laggy today, huh?
Yeah,
it's getting worse and worse as we go on.
So...
Okay, so there's 3 wounds. And they are at a save of minus.
Oh, did you roll
nothing.
any?
6 is on the attack roll. You're right. Yeah. I think I rolled 1, so it's 2 extra hits. Sorry. So just
so you need to roll 2 more.
Yeah. So
so
right
far
now
you have 2 wounds, or yeah.
So 3. No, it was 3 wounds. Only 1 failed to wound.
Okay.
Yep. So 4 wounds total. So 4 saves of 3 up, Arthur.
Yeah.
So only failed 1. That's only 1 damage.
So we need to get a.
Yeah, I'll spawn in a.
4-sided die.
Yeah.
All right, that could have gone much worse.
Yeah.
I'm still worried about the Doomsday arc, though.
Dice.
Listen, I didn't
that
like.
sounded pretty bad to me.
Yeah, it sounded pretty bad. Listen, when someone says death ray, that's normally highly alarming.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean,
you don't call a gun a death ray. You really save that for that top shelf material.
Pondo, can you put that D12 in the right place with the...
I'll slightly put it over.
Okay. So I'll go then to the... I'll go now to the Doomsday Arc. The Doomsday Arc will put a high-powered shot into the Onager again. I think it's not in range or anything.
I'm so glad this Onager is surrounded by every infantry in the game, and when it explodes, it will kill all of us.
Okay, and it will fire its Gauss flare array down into the scouts. Like I said, there's no line of sight there, actually. No, I'm going to say there's no line of sight for that thing.
Oh, so they might live.
Yeah, so we'll just fire the Doomsday Cannon into the Onager.
Okay.
So D6 shots. 3.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna CP that. Just.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Positive? You can go
positive.
lower.
I've already done it, so. Okay, fine. One more hit.
Pondo pulling the AP Gaming.
Okay. So hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
That's all hits.
Oh, that's not
wounding on 3s.
Yikes.
Okay. So that's 3. Okay, it's -5, so there's no save because the Onager's got no.
I don't know if Onager has this model has a 5 invuln
It has
save.
a Mantis force field and vulnerable save.
It does. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
So you need 3 5-ups.
Nice.
Yeah, how about that?
Okay, so we take D6.
Okay. Yep, nice. Well done.
How does that shake your bouncy booty?
So only 2 damage.
You were like, I'm gonna deal a shit ton of damage, and I was like, you probably are.
Yeah, it's swingy, but it terrifies me.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I'm 100% Doomsday Arc as my first target with the Onager. Just gonna unload on that bitch.
Okay, the Ghost Arc is going to try and take out the rest of the scouts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So is it?
So
within
this is
12
the
inches?
lighter armed transport one.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's not, then they get a +1 to their. Is it a +1 to their save or a -1 to their? I'll look it up.
Okay.
Because they have the stealthy. I think it's no, they have +1 to their save if they're out of 12.
Camo cloaks or no?
They do also have camo cloaks, but that's only when they're in cover.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless that's how it works.
Let's say that the fog is covered. Does that count? Can I just say that? I don't think so. Wow.
So
James, what happened?
Is it a sorry, was it a -1 to hit, you're saying?
No, it's a +1 to save with the stealthy thing.
No worries. Okay, cool. All right. So that means that 3 hits, wounding on 3s.
Is it strength 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Only 1 wound, and it's at -1. So it'd be saving on
still 4 up.
Yeah.
Less, yeah, 4 up. Oh, I need to make it. That's right. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Come on, guy.
No.
That's not a 4-up.
One
All
guy's
right.
Do not re-roll for them. They're tiny. They're basically dead already.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the heavy bolter guy.
No, not the heavy bolter guy. He's my bro.
That just means there's a spare heavy bolter on the field.
Oh, that's true.
And it's a Stardew's heavy bolter.
Yeah, but they're never gonna let me keep it.
No. Just like you would never let me keep the Inferno pistol. I said it.
Don't you have one now? What are you worried about?
I do.
Okay, the Wraiths are firing their particle casters at the front group of Skitarii.
Okay.
Okay, so 3 shots hitting on 3s. So there's only 1 hit.
1 hit.
Wounding, wounding on 2s.
Because you're strength 6 with the pistol.
Yep. So it does wound. No AP modifier.
Put it on one of the Skitaris behind the wall AP, because they'll have a cover save.
They have the thing where they come back if I roll good.
Sorry?
What is it?
Yeah, they've got the iron blood. Oh my god.
Oh, they got the feel no pain, you mean? Or?
Yeah, they have feel no pain.
Yeah. Well, you still got to make a regular save first, though.
Oh, okay.
You
I
can
thought you said there was no save. All right.
No. So you get 3-up save because you're behind cover.
Yeah. We're going to put one of the guys behind cover.
Perfect.
Okay, so he's good.
Okay, no worries.
Didn't even need that cover.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you guys been worrying so much.
Listen,
Wait,
I was very worried when you were like, I'm using a death ray and I could get 36 damage. I'm less worried about this other stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I'm the one that's worried. All right.
Yeah, Pondo's the one that's worried. Don't mind me.
All right. The Overlord is firing his tachyon arrow at the Venerable Dreadnought.
Oh, okay.
It's this guy over here?
Yes, 120-inch range.
Where's this Venerable Dreadnought?
Jeez.
So
He's clear over here.
Hitting on a 2. It does hit. Wounding on a 2.
Sure you didn't want to put your Overlord on another map?
What strength is that, Ray?
Wow.
12.
It's strength.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's a tank killer.
He gets to fire it once per battle, and it failed to wound.
Incredible.
Oh. Yeah. You don't want to reroll that?
I can't have already used the reroll on the.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, tax. That's
wow, Pondo tried to convince you not to do it.
Okay. I think is there anything else within range? The Canoptic Spider, maybe. Canoptic Spider.
Lynch Guard doesn't have anything to shoot. No, they just have melee weapons, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. So I think that pretty much everything else is fired. Yep,
are the warriors 18 inches?
No, they're 24.
Oh, they're not in range. Oh no, they're barely out of range, aren't they?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. So we'll go to the assault phase. So I'm going to start off with these immortals that are going to declare an assault against the scout sergeant.
I am not overwatching them.
Okay, no worries.
Not worth the CP.
Okay, so I need to get a 7 on 2d6.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 7.
They're in.
Yeah, they're in.
Come here.
Okay.
Come on.
Next, I'm declaring. I'll just move these guys in first, and then. Ah, come on. There we go. You're all in. Okay. Now the Wraiths are going to declare a charge on the tank commander and the Rhino. Yeah, just those two. Tank commander and Rhino. Would you like to fight Overwatch with either of those?
What is it? Is it an 8-inch charge for you?
Yep.
And you can go through that tree, can't you?
Okay, yes.
Is there a reason you wouldn't want to fire over?
It costs 1 CP now.
It costs 1 CP.
Wow.
And you can only do, yeah.
So do Tau suck now really badly?
No, because
No,
Tau can ignore that rule. They can shoot Overwatch all the time.
So Tau are good now.
They're considered.
Look, when they first announced that rule, and before they'd actually said that Tau didn't get the penalty, there were people putting like Tau lists or Tau armies up on eBay for like $10, saying we'll swap for something equally useless like a punctured tire.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll spend a CP to
Overwatch with the tank commander.
Yeah.
No worries.
And when you spend a CP roll, I can only gain 1 CP around.
That's right. Yes, exactly
around.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't even bother with it. Yeah, I'll spend a command point for the tank commander.
So what do you want to start with?
Let's start with, and I should be within 9 inches of Pierre, so you can reroll.
Ones. Yep.
Yeah. Let's start with. Go ahead. Start with the demolisher cannon.
Okay. So D6 shots.
Yeah. So D6.
One shot.
Excellent.
Hitting on 6, reroll 1.
Yeah. Nope.
Misses.
All right. I'm trying to get to his stats.
Last cannon.
Yeah, let's go to the last cannon. Hitting on 6s.
Reroll 1s.
Slowly. All right. Nope.
2d3 shots with the plasma cannons, I believe it is.
Yep. 2d3.
So 3 shots.
Oh god.
Are you overcharging or not?
No, not. No. Well, he can take the mortal wound, but I don't think it's worth it. No.
No. And you got a storm bolter on top as well.
He has a heavy stubber.
Heavy stubber. Okay. One hit.
Look at it. This is it. This is going to be the one to hit you.
Winning on
5s. Oh, I can reroll that 1.
Yeah.
From the hit.
Oh, that's also hit. So does that wound on a 5?
Yeah, still 5.
Yes.
It wounds.
Okay.
No
AP. 3 up and will save. Made it.
Okay.
Pondo was so happy just to have it destroyed.
It's usually the worstless weapon that does it. Okay.
Okay. Oh, that'll get me in. No problem with an 11.
Yeah, now you're in.
What's the? It's 3 inches. For, okay. Yeah,
for our intervention.
Infantry can't do it. So you're taking in the
Nero could. Nero was
yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was doing.
Oh yeah. I don't think you would want
bait
to.
Nero into melee range as if.
The problem with putting Nero into it is that they could actually target him if he goes in.
Yeah. Okay. I will elect to fight first with the Canoptic Race.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm putting 2 of them are putting attacks into the tank commander, and 1 is putting attacks into the Rhino. So we'll start with the ones on the tank commander first.
Okay.
So a total of 6 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
All hit. Wounding on 5s.
Okay. Wounding on 5s there. Yep. Strength 6 versus toughness
8.
8. Okay, so that is 1 wound, and they have an AP of -2. So he'll be starting on a 5 up.
And they're D3 damage.
2 damage flat.
6.
That's why he resisted. That's it. Okay, and then the 3 attacks onto the Rhino. Hitting on 3s. 2 hit. Wounding on 5s once again, because it's AP. So it's strength, a toughness 7 for a Rhino. How do we do? No wounds. That's right. Okay. Did you want to spend 2 CP to interrupt with your 1 scout?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Okay. Then the immortals over there. So they have 1 attack each. So I got 5 attacks hitting on 3s. Okay.
Okay.
So we go. All right. So hit with 4 of them, and
So
be
you
wounding on 4s.
4s.
Yep. So that is 3 saves of just straight 4-up saves.
Yeah. AP? Oh no, it's me.
It's you. Yeah. I don't know what you
Or
think
you.
I'm gonna be doing.
He is
Roll 3 dice
going to die.
Okay.
All right, I didn't want to roll morale for him anyway.
And they will then consolidate 3 inches towards the closest enemy.
Okay. Which is everywhere.
Are you moved him already? Yep. Cool. Oh, this didn't go. Okay, so and there's no morale to make because everybody that could make morale died. But I do feel pretty awful that after 100 power level worth of Necrons attacked, I killed our unit of scouts. So
Hey, you damaged the onager.
yeah, not much though. It's
So
not-
yeah,
not even great.
I was expecting that onager to possibly die.
Yeah, no, I had rotten luck, but that's all right. Luck goes both ways. All right, so that's the end of my turn. Shall we call a break now, and then we'll fix TTS?
100%. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, friends, we'll be back after the break for more riveting shooting. I don't know that we'll do a lot of moving, but we will definitely do a fuck ton of shooting, and at some point, we'll have to explain to Dave how this game is played. Seriously though, we should probably explain to Dave how the game is played. It will also work to help the audience who might not have seen this before understand where you guys are just like, oh, so 4 up.
Yeah.
Well, no, you have to explain it to Pondo because he is the chat surrogate.
No, that's right. I forgot. You guys unanimously decided that without my...
So I need to talk to myself in the third person. Got it.
So
You need to have
Pondo
an
was talking to me, and
existential
Pondo
crisis.
said... Perfect.
Just get a mirror for yourself.
So I told Pondo.
Oh my god, please no. It's like a Seinfeld episode.